Hello students, welcome to my channel Champions Learn and Grow. So today we will learn about nutrition in plants, which is chapter 1 of your class 7. This is the part 1 of the chapter and the part 2 link has been given in the description box. So students, we already know that why we need food, as we have studied in the class 6 that food acts as a fuel for the body as it gives energy for carrying out the work. Also, it provides various nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals for the growth and the maintenance of the body. And we also know that food is very important for the survival of all the organisms. And we also know that the humans depend on both the plants and animals for their food. From the plants we get wheat, rice, pulses, spices, fruits and vegetables. And from the animals we get milk, fish, meat and eggs. And apart from humans, animals also like humans depend on both the plants and the animals for their food. So depending on the feeding habits, they are classified as herbivores, carnivores and the omnivores. So students, till now we have learned about what do animals and humans eat. But what about the plants? What do plants eat? Do they depend on others for their food? Let's find out. Now we will understand what is the mode of nutrition in plants. So the plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using carbon dioxide, water and minerals. These raw materials are present in their surroundings. So plants make their food by themselves by the process of photosynthesis. They do not depend on others for their food. So what is nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. It involves two things: how the food is taken by the organism and how it gets utilized by the body. The nutrition is of basically two types: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is autotrophic nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from the simpler substances is known as autotrophic nutrition. Auto means self and trophos means nourishment. So the plants are the autotrophs as they follow autotrophic nutrition. They prepare their food themselves. They do not depend on others for their food. So now next is what is heterotrophic nutrition. Animals and most other organisms take in ready-made food prepared by the plants. They do not prepare their own food themselves. So they are heterotrophs. Hetero means other and troph means nourishment. So they get their nourishment from the others and undergo heterotrophic mode of nutrition. The examples are animals and there are few plants which follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now let's understand how do plants make food, where are the food factories of plant located, and how do plants obtain raw material from the surroundings, and how do they transport them to the food factories of the plant. So first is how do plants make food. Plants make food by the process of photosynthesis. And where are the food factories of the plant located? The leaves are the food factories of the plant. The synthesis of the food occur inside the leaves. Leaves are very important part of the plant where the food formation occurs. Just like we prepare our food inside the kitchen, similarly plants prepare food inside the leaves. Now the next question is how do plants transport raw materials to the food factories of the plant? First we will understand how the transport of carbon dioxide occur to the leaves. Inside the leaves, there are tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaf. These are known as the stomata. You can see inside the leaves, these pores are known as stomata, and carbon dioxide from the air is taken through the stomata, and these stomata are surrounded by the guard cells. These are the guard cells. So when these stomata open, the carbon dioxide gets inside the leaves. So with the help of stomata, the carbon dioxide is transported to the leaves. So the next is how the transport of water and minerals occur to the leaves. The transport of water and minerals occurs through the leaves by the vessels. These are known as the xylem tissues. These run through the root, stem, branches and the leaves. They basically form a continuous passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf. So from the soil, The roots absorb water and minerals, and with the help of these xylem tissues, these both the water and minerals are transported to the leaf, and the food is made inside the leaf. Now we will understand what is the process of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means to combine. So the process by which green plants use sunlight to make food from the carbon dioxide and water is known as photosynthesis. For the process of photosynthesis to occur, we need carbon dioxide, water, minerals, sunlight. Apart from this, we need one major component, that is chlorophyll. The leaves have a green pigment which is known as chlorophyll, which is present inside the leaves. This chlorophyll pigment is very important as it helps the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight and use to prepare food from the carbon dioxide and water. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight and carbon dioxide are very necessary for the process of photosynthesis to occur. So we can see that leaves are the food factories, as inside the leaves the chlorophyll pigment is present, we can see in the picture, and this chlorophyll pigment traps the energy of sunlight, converts carbon dioxide and water into glucose, and this glucose is converted into starch. So during this process we can see this process as an equation: carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll gives us carbohydrate, and oxygen is generally released in the process. The carbohydrate, that is glucose, is converted into the starch. Now students, up till we have learned that photosynthesis occur in the green leaves. Now what about the photosynthesis occur in the green stems and branches of the plant? What are the plants? These plants are the desert plants like cactus. Here in desert, as we know that there is very scarcity of water. Water is very less. So the leaves, this is the normal leaf, and the cactus leaves are modified into the spines. Why? In order to reduce the loss of water by the transpiration. So the leaves are modified into spines. Now who will carry out the process of photosynthesis? Now the stems and the branches of the plant cactus, they carry out the process of photosynthesis. So we can say that photosynthesis is not only carried out by the leaves, but it also carried out by the stems and the green branches of the some plants, desert plants. Now students, do you know that there are some plants apart from the green leaves? There are some plants which are having red, violet and brown leaves. So do their leaves also carry out the process of photosynthesis as they are not green in? The answer is yes. Photosynthesis also takes place in these leaves also. The leaves other than green leaves also have chlorophyll. The large amount of red, brown and other pigments mask the green color. So we can test this whether the leaves of different color carry out photosynthesis or not by carrying out a simple starch test. What we can do this, we can put one plant having leaves of different color in sunlight and one plant of different leaf in shade. Then after 3-4 days we will put iodine in leaves of both the plants, and then we will observe that the plants kept in sunlight showed positive for starch, and whereas those which are kept in dark occur negative for starch, because we know that the product of photosynthesis is starch. So the plants which are kept in sunlight, they will produce starch, and when the iodine reacts with the starch will give the blue black color. So this is the leaf which is having starch, so this will show starch positive test, and the other leaf which is kept in dark will not produce starch as there is no light, so no photosynthesis occur, so this will show negative for the starch. So students, till now we have understand the mechanism of photosynthesis, how this occurs, but can you imagine life on earth in the absence of photosynthesis, or why it is so important for us? In the absence of photosynthesis there would be no food, because we know that food is made by the plants with the help of photosynthesis. So survival of almost all the living organisms depends directly or indirectly on the plants. So if there will be no plants, there will be no food. So besides making of food, photosynthesis also gives us oxygen, which is very necessary for the survival of organism. It is also produced by photosynthesis. So in the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible. Hence with this we finish our part 1. So I hope you have understood this chapter. So if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.